Satika. This is Robert from FX Satika. Welcome to another session. And this week is a traders week, basically. There are guys who will actually, for lack of a better word, will be trading this week on Friday only, and then up to the next NFP. So as you can see on my economic calendar over here, we have the non-farm payroll that will be coming out later this week. And so this will greatly affect the market will be sluggish. So it's always good that you be careful as we take on these opportunities. Today being on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then of course we have Friday coming in. Yeah? So let's have a look at basically some of the things we'll be looking at today. We have something called the JOLTS Job Opening, and what is that? Basically, it will be in the next few minutes. So I'm actually supposed to change these settings so that they can be at par. So let's have a look at my FX book. That's when we'll be having the JOLTS job openings, and what JOLTS job openings are. Basically, these are the open positions that have not yet been filled. Basically, guys have not applied for those jobs. And these jobs could be in the manufacturing industry, in the banking, in the tech industry, anything non-farm. Even state employees, Fed, and municipal government agencies, and so on and so forth. So as traders, there are things expecting from the market. And so the numbers, if you look at what we have here, when we have a higher number, then that is good for the dollar. Why? Because that tells you that the US economy is doing so well such that it has created some job opportunities. However, if this number is lower than this one, then it will be a negative for the dollar because it will mean that less job opportunities have been created, and that means maybe the economy is not doing well. So what happens when the number is lower? Then we expect the dollar to weaken. If the numbers are high, we expect the dollar to be bullish. So basically, that's the interpretation on this news that will be coming out. So it's always important that you understand that as a trader, you'll come in, but you need to make sure that you're always aware of these fundamental news playing out, trading setups. And so let's go to my MT5 and probably let's have a look at some technical outlook. We had a bit of that in the morning, but then again, we had network hitches, and we apologize for that. And so let's have a look at my MT5 so that we can analyze a few trades, a few assets, and have a look at the possible outlooks. Remember, once again, disclaimer, this is purely educational. Everything that you're given here, you need to have a confirmation on your end. So that's my MT5. Is the MT5, right? So if you have an MT4, MT4 is old school, has been in existence for the past 20 years. So you probably want to use something that is more updated. And this is where now the MT5 comes in. So what we were saying is that USD of last month's high, that's an area, that's a possible area where you could be looking for opportunities to enter. And now what has happened is that the market has already moved. So what we could see is, what I need to do is remove everything here. So what we have is that we're still expecting the dollar to be bullish as we head into NFP, right? So that's a possibility that could play out. So I'm looking at this market, last month's high, that's a possible area. And so as it is currently, I would want to go. And if I were to take maybe a position, I would probably be bullish on USD CAD to that price level. That will be the outlook on USD CAD. Maybe today, tomorrow, and then maybe when we hit on Friday, price will have hit this area, and then the bears to stroll in. At least that's what technicals are speaking. They're speaking of a bearish dollar moving into NFP. But then again, as traders, remember, you need to have a trading system. One, you need to make sure that trading system has been back tested. That's why we have demo accounts that help you do that. And so with your back testing, you're able to figure out what whether really that is what the market will do based on your previous trades. So that's USD CAD. Let's go to Euro USD. What's the outlook on Euro USD? So once again, let's go to higher time frames. Going to higher time frames, we will probably go to the weekly. So we'll have to remove everything here so that you can do it afresh. So you need to look at those sweet spot areas. And one, we can maybe map this area. That's one of the areas. And then we could also map out this low. Go to lower time frames. So what have we done? Basically, being 2024, I have mapped out the low of 2024, which was in Feb. This is the low. So this is a possible area where we could see the market going, and then maybe from here we should see a bullish Euro USD. This could probably line up with the bearish dollar that you're looking at. So this will be maybe my outlook on Euro USD. This is more of long term, maybe the whole month. Maybe a push. Maybe a push to that high, right? So that is the daily. So this is for position traders, swing traders. So if we go to lower time frames, maybe for guys who are looking for intraday trades, I would probably want to map this price level, and then maybe do this. Outlook on Euro USD on H4, right? So a test of 0.758, and then bears will come in and push the market down to 0.694, and then maybe once price gets here, the buyers will come in. So that's basically the outlook on Euro USD. What about USD JPY? USD JPY, go to higher time frames. So once we go to higher time frames, we need to identify areas of support resistance. So in our case, we can see that area, the high of 2022 that was tested in 2023 has been tested in 2024. That is an area of resistance. So if we map it out again, maybe what we will be looking at is probably FP. We should see the bears coming in strong. To this low over here. Yeah, so that's a possible move that could happen on USD JPY. So we need to look at now intraday trades for those who are looking for opportunities to enter intraday. What would be the possible outlook? So in this case, let's draw it up. We would want to see a bullish move. We would want to see a bullish move. That is something that I'll be interested to see on USD JPY. Yeah, so maybe a better entry would be maybe a test of the Asian low. So remember, I just mapping out trading opportunities. So maybe 5150 will be an area that will be of interest to take buy opportunities to 152.02. Maybe that's around, I think, 52 pips, and then maybe a bearish move thereafter. H4, the same. So let's look at NASDAQ. So NASDAQ, this analysis is from last week, last Tuesday, when we had these markets in short. NASDAQ is yet to come to this area of interest, which is 18,051, and then push up. So we've seen price almost getting there, but not yet there. And so that is a challenge for us in there, for us as traders. And the challenge here is what? Patience. Are you patient enough to wait for your trade setups to come to your area, your area of interest? Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks like it's coming to an area that have mapped out 64.23. So we've seen Bitcoin is hitting higher highs. And why? It's because the institutional investors are coming in. So guys are coming into terms with the fact that probably Bitcoin is the digital gold. And so guys are getting into the crypto space, especially more of Bitcoin. So that presents opportunities for us, especially when you hear institutional traders are getting into a certain asset, then you don't want to miss out that, because they're the guys with the big money, they're the guys who will move this market. So I'll probably be looking at an opportunity to go long at 64.23. That will present quite an opportunity. So let's go to H4. Alternatively, Bitcoin could also hit this low. So these are two areas that you need to look at. So if let's say the bears were to breach this area, then you should be waiting for long opportunities at 58.90, right? So I will work with this one to go for that high, right? Alternatively, if price hits here, then we could see also a possible push up. So those are the two possible areas. So Bitcoin as of now, it's so bullish because corporates are getting into it as a way of hedging inflation, one, and also as a way of diversifying also their portfolios. Because once you understand the aspect of institutional traders coming into a certain space, you'll understand the forces of supply and demand. There's an increase in demand from the institutions, and yet the supply of Bitcoin, it's halving actually in the next 18 days, right? So that means there'll be less supply of BTC, miners will be paid less, and so that presents so much opportunities. Remember, anything that seems to be scarce tends to be a favorite to people. That's why things like gold, diamond, tend to have that value. Okay, so what else? Let's look at GBP USD. GBP USD, go to higher time frames. So I need to remove this one. So I'm still looking at opportunities. So what I need to do is map out areas. So that is the low of the year. That's where GBP USD is most probably headed. But before then, maybe what could we see? So mapped out that. So let's go to lower time frames. H1. We're trying to get some good entry on our trades. So if I were to trade GBP USD, most probably I would want GBP USD. It will be a good trade. If GBP USD was to go to 25.89, that will give me a good setup. And then from 25.89 to 25.16. So once price gets there, then we could probably see the bears coming short. So that is probably what I'll be looking at on GBP USD. That's a trading plan. So we can see some kind like of a reversal pattern forming here. Then again, once again, remember, be consistent, follow a trading system, have your trading roles, and that will help you have consistency. Okay. Now, I want us to look at something else, which is USD-CHF. So USD-CHF, the current market price is 90.82. So I had mapped out 91.50, courtesy of this order block over here, 91.50. So that's an area of resistance that you're looking at. And this is what I'm saying, like there's a chance that we could see the dollar going up and then during NFP go down, right? The bears to stroll in during NFP on Friday. So if I was looking for opportunities on this pair, what would I be looking at? So I would go for bullish trade on this one. I would want to see USD-CHF go to 91.50. Then from 91.50, we could now see a potential short opportunity. And maybe the first take profit will probably be here. Yeah, that will be the potential area that we could be looking at. So this is more of a swing trade or even a position trade, more of a swing trade. So that's USD-CHF. So intraday, I will still be looking at opportunities to go long, right? I will still be looking for opportunities to go long on USD-CHF. Okay, so let's look at NZD-USD. So once again, go to higher time frames. Try to understand the trend. So it's been bearish, but for how long? So if you're not able to identify an area that you could be seeking opportunities, then you try and map out at lower time frames. Yeah. Yeah, so we could probably be looking at opportunities here on NZD USD. And just like GBP USD, Euro USD, we're looking for a short opportunity and then long-term, long. All right, as the dollar will weaken at some point, maybe this week, maybe during NFP, we do not know. Our work is to just project and wait for the confirmations, then go in. So looking for a sweet spot, something that can give us some entry. Our work is to look at our left, see whether we can identify opportunities on our left. Remember, technical analysis, this is where you look at your left so that I need to, on my left, I'm still seeking that. So maybe here, but then that's way too far. So what I'll want to look at is probably this one over here. Yeah, so that is an area probably I will be looking at on NZD USD. So that area, which is 59.27, that's like how many pips away? That's like 26 pips away. Yeah, so 26 pips away on NZD USD, and then from there maybe we can see the bulls coming in to the high of the year. So yeah, outlook. So I can only buy NZD USD when price comes to 59.27. The other one is Audi USD. Audi USD will want to look at opportunities on it also. So Audi USD at least is giving us some good areas. The low of the year, which is how many pips away? That's like 58 pips away. So I would only touch Audi USD once it comes to that price level. Yeah, so if we were to see this move on Audi USD, if we were to see that short move, then we will take a long-term outlook on this one, right? We will be so bullish on it because we'll want to see it hit that area. Yeah, so that will be a possible move on Audi USD. So this is what I'm looking at actually. This support, if Audi USD hits this up, there's a possibility that this could happen before NFP or during NFP, but then this looks like a good strong support that we can work with. Okay, so that's it. Any questions? Let's have a look at your questions. Super as boy JOLTS job opening, for example. No. This is an event. It's an event. Like I've outlined, it's an event. basically, it shows the number of jobs that are open away from non-farm. Right? Maybe jobs open in the banking industry, open in the banking industry, tech. Maybe there's an opportunity at Google, Microsoft. All those jobs are what you call JOLTS job openings. Job openings, open jobs that are open, basically. I hope I've answered that, Super Asboy. Any other question? So thank you guys. Just make sure that you're on the lookout because opportunities are there. You just need to make sure that you have a trading system. Most important. What's your take on GBP? Do that, huh? What's your GBP? I'll have to add it because I'm so sure I don't have it, right? So let's do that in a few. GBP card. I don't think I have it here. GBP. It's supposed to be here, so clearly that's something. GBP card. So let's look at GBP card. Once again, it's always ideal that you go to higher time frames so to have a clear understanding of where the market is. Okay, so this is 2024. So you're looking for the ideal areas where probably you will seek opportunities. Let's go to the weekly. I have not yet seen anything on the monthly. So on the weekly, so what's the low of the year? So like what we need to do is map the low of the year on this particular asset. So the low of the year is 69.15. All right, 69.15. So go to the daily. Which was actually the low of February, yeah? So what do we do? Actually, the low of the year is actually over here. Sorry, the low of the year is actually here. That's way too fast, 785. But then again, there's also the Canadian news on Friday, right? The unemployment also. So what will be of interest to me is this price level. So let me map this one. If I were to look for intraday opportunities to trade on GBP card, I would be looking at 1.7004 as an area of support. This is an area of support that I'll be seeking. Remember, this is purely intraday. Yeah? Intraday, and then maybe high of the week. Yeah, let's see. That's yesterday's high. So back to GBP card. I would want this move on GBP card. I would want probably push down and then maybe push up. That is what I would want to see on GBP card. I think I've answered that. Any other question? Why is gold so strong? Jimmy, gold is a safe haven asset. What does that mean? It means in times of turmoil or uncertainty in the world, most investors turn their cash into gold. So they basically buy gold because one, it's considered to be, a store of value, right? When will the halving be done? Newton, 18 days from now. So that's 20th. Yeah, 20th. Explain how to go about multi-time frame analysis to identify your buyers. So basically, as you've seen, you go to higher time frames, like let's say the monthly, weekly, to identify the trend. You want to see whether the trend is bullish, bearish, and then map out your areas. If you're looking for, let's say, the month, the low, the highs of the monthly highs, the monthly lows, and then go down to the weekly lows, weekly highs, and then go to maybe yesterday's high, yesterday's low, and then from there you're able to look at possible. How to identify support and resistance. So basically, support is an area, it's like a floor. Like, price comes and all of a sudden buyers step in. There's no other way out. No, there's no other way down. So support is an area where you have an accumulation of buyers in simple language. And resistance is an area where you look for sellers, where you are. It's like a ceiling. Once something hits the ceiling, there's no way. The only way is down. It's the only way to go is down. So in our case here, if you look at GBP card, the support that we have, a probable support is 1.7004. So this is where you have an accumulation maybe of some buyers, courtesy of something, an analysis I've done on the daily. And please, this is not something that I can cover within these 30 minutes. So it's ideal that you attend our classes, BOAS. Attend our physical classes in either Thika, Nakuru, Eldoret, Kitengela, or Kampala. I'm guessing you're Kenya. So yeah, so this is an area of support and this is an area of resistance. My resistance here, what I've done is I've looked at yesterday's high. So as you can see, what I've done, you see, this is what I've mapped. This was yesterday's high. So this is a potential area of resistance. For example, look at this trade on 25th. This was a high. The next day, when price came to this price level, it hit yesterday's high, and all of a sudden, sellers stepped in. So this is an example of, now this area, there were an accumulation of sellers here. That's why when these buyers tried to push this market up, they encountered sellers, and that's why you can see this bearish candle playing out to form drop that has played out. I hope you've at least understood what the support and resistance area is. Any other question? No other question. Okay. Thank you guys for participating. I've shared that analysis on GBP. Remember, guys, this is purely a dictional analysis. I could be so wrong. So what you need to do is that make sure that before you start trading live, have a trading system that you've backtested on your demo, right? You can see the links at the bottom. Make sure that you open a demo account, and so you're able to practice using that account. So if you're able to, let's say, double your demo account, let's say with a time period of a month, then you have a strategy that is working. And by doubling your account, I mean that if you're using a lot size of 0.01, then please stick with 0.01. Don't trade with 0.01. The next time you're trading with 0.10, the next time you're trading with 0.50, you're not consistent. It will not give you a clear picture on whether your strategy is working. So the ideal way to backtest your strategy is have a consistent lot size. So if, let's say, you're using 0.05, use a lot size that you'll ideally use when you start trading, right? So there's no need of you to start using a lot size of 1, and yet you know pretty well you won't have a capital of 1,000 Kenyan shillings, 100,000 Kenyan shillings and above. So it will give you false ideals, because you'll be addicted when you come to your live trades. Your mind will still be stuck at the high profits you're making, courtesy of the big lot sizes. So you'll tend to be reckless. You'll tend to take big lot sizes so that they can reflect the profits that you are making earlier. I hope I've answered that question. So, guys, thank you for attending this session. Look forward to having you next Tuesday. Make sure that you follow the market snap. Once again, recap. This week we have NFP on Friday. That's a news that in most cases guys get to lose their accounts, others get to make money. Don't be that guy who loses money during NFP because you didn't follow your trading plan, only for good setups to appear next week, and yet you don't have money to fund your trading account. And so you miss out on good opportunities. So stick with be disciplined, and that's the only way you're able to make any consistent moves. Otherwise, thank you guys for attending. Have an awesome afternoon and a great pipping week.